Hey everyone, welcome back to another Anime Kingdom manga review. See by the title below, yes, this is on chapter 538, 539, and 540. And yeah, that's a lot of chapters. 3 chapters in one review. You might be wondering why. Well, this pretty much correlates to probably maybe have even more questions other than that. And that is pretty much 2 weeks ago, I decided to go on vacation. I put that in my Facebook and Twitter posts. And I also, of course, made a vlog and talked about it as well. That for 2 weeks ago, I was not going to make any videos. That is why, of course, last week I started to do double episode reviews. And then, of course, unfortunately, my graphics card was pretty damn old, honestly, and I've been kind of just didn't want to spend a lot of money, so I kind of just let it go and see how long it would last. Finally died last week, unfortunately, which meant that even though I already was behind since I had to make double episode reviews because of that trip, I had to wait even longer. And that is why, of course, the video is not being made until now, because I only got my graphics card now. Now, of course, you may be wondering as well, why is it a double episode review last week, or why is it even a triple episode review for this one? Well, that is because when I was gone, when I went on a trip in the winter time, I did the same thing. Decided to do, double episode review since I missed that last week, but I still wanted to, give my opinions and talk about it. And then, of course, I obviously wanted to do for the current week as well. This one, how most of them have been pretty much double episode reviews, why this one is a triple chapter review is because pretty much the new chapter already came out just a few hours ago, and I decided she's unlike episodes where they are quite long and my reviews may get even longer, considering if it was a triple episode review. Luckily, I don't have to do that since I've caught up to the point where I could just do regular episode reviews after this point, of course. But since I was like, you know what, whatever, I'll do a triple chapter review since, chapters are not as long as episodes, and I could just put them all down in this one video. Now, normally, when I did my double episode reviews back in winter, I pretty much just watched all the episodes in one go and then made, one huge cut talking about both of them. But one thing I'm doing different, including for this one, is where I will read chapter 538, make the review, read chapter 539, make the review, read chapter 540, make the review, and then put them together so that I don't, if you guys want to, of course, if you don't want to, in the description below, there will be time links to when each of the, chapter reviews really start. So on chapter 538, when will that start? When will 539 start? And when will 540 start? Will all be in the description below, because trust me, I understand some of you, that was like 3 weeks ago or 2 weeks ago. You don't really care about, how I felt about that one anymore already. If you do, then hey, that's awesome. Just stay along and just wait till this little explanation is done. If not, you can go ahead and go to do that. But pretty much it's because I don't want to spoil myself, so I want to give you guys my when I read that chapter, since if I read the next one, it could pretty much change my opinions on how I felt about that certain chapter, because I'm already spoiled and it doesn't have the same reactions. I don't want to do that. I want to give you guys my true opinions and thoughts on that chapter without it being changed by anything else from what happens in the next one. So that is, of course, why it is a triple chapter review and why that format is like that. So now that I got that explanation out of the way, sorry that was pretty long. It's like 3 minutes, maybe more than that already at this point. But I just wanted to give you at least an explanation on why this is a triple chapter review, how this format works, where have my videos been and everything, and why is it all like this. And that is because, of course, first off, vacation, and then, of course, graphics card, and yeah. Now here we are, so let's get that out of the way. Let's start talking about how I felt about chapter 538 of Fairy Tail, because last time, I said it was gonna, 537, it was a good chapter at one point. It was awesome. I loved the way they did it, to be honest, with Mavis and with Zareth. I loved the way they ended that and everything. And then, of course, they decided to bring back Makarov. That part just completely ruined the chapter, literally. Then, of course, we came to this chapter. I was wondering, how is it going to be? Natsu should be dead. Looks like at the beginning, Lucy somehow is able to, of course, stop that from happening. Well, not necessarily. She stops it. She starts to write in the book and everything, and does the most that she can do. But of course, some of that affects her. The demon affects her, and it's like all over her body and everything, all these markings. And you think, what is going to happen? How are they going to be able to stop this? It ends up being as simple as Gray turning onto his, demon hunter form and just you know, pretty much just, I guess, freezing it off or something like that. I don't know. That was pretty bull crap. I thought it was going to be a lot more, you know, harder to stop that, like a lot bigger of a consequence of her doing that. But I guess, come on, at this point, I don't know why I'm surprised at that at all, honestly. And then it looks, yay, everyone's happy, right? And, you know, I can get behind being happy as much as I hate certain parts of how it's happened and everything, what's happened so far. If it ends on a happy ending, I mean, it's you know, you gotta be happy at least for that, right? So it looks all good. Lucy, Happy, Gray, Natsu, they're all leaving. Jaleel is alive as well with Urza. And you think, okay, so it's all good. They're talking about what they're going to do after in the future. Lucy wants to go on an adventure and stuff. Gray wants to apologize to Juvia. And you're wondering, okay, so I guess all these last chapters are going to be kind of just, you know, in like a after story kind of thing. What happens to everyone in their lives, and a little bit of, you know, probably shipping going on as well. That's probably how it's going to be, kind of like how when you know, Naruto ended as well. Everyone just got pretty much shipped together. That's how it was. So this one, I expected, I was like, okay, it's just going to end like a nice happy ending and something they're going to show more of their lives after in the next one. Nope. Looks like they turn around. Natsu is gone. Oh no, is he gone forever? I don't know at this point. He's probably going to come out of nowhere some way, somehow, and I'm not too sure even why he disappeared in the first place. That's a little bit interesting, honestly. I do want to know why the hell he disappeared. It would be funny, like how they were like, oh, don't play jokes. Like, he's just around the corner, like, haha, I'm still here, guys. I was just playing a little joke. That would be pretty stupid and funny, and honestly, not really expected. But that's probably not what's gonna happen. It probably has something to do with that crack that Wendy did see in the sky at the end. Probably Agnolia is still alive and probably gonna come back somehow. When you think, oh no, he's dead. No, he's not really dead, because it's not the end yet. Zeref may be gone, but Agnolia is not going to be gone just from that. So we may get a pretty dang epic battle in the next couple of chapters. I'm not too sure, but overall, it was an okay chapter. Like I said, nothing really happened in this chapter except for the fact that it looked like, oh my gosh, you know, Natsu, the book is disappearing. He's not going to come back. Oh yeah, there he is. Oh, Lucy's got the, you know, like demon markings all over her body. That's going to be a huge consequence that maybe like sacrifices like a portion of her life. No, Gray just like freezes it off or something, and that's all good. And it's like his demon slayer side. I'm like, oh, okay. Everyone's all happy. I guess, you know, whatever. It may not, I may not like how it gets to it, but a happy ending is a happy ending. Maybe I'll be happy with how everything is showing their lives after this. Nope, not done yet. It makes sense. There's 8 chapters left, so I don't think they would just completely end it right there and just show 8 chapters of just, you know, what happened after in their lives kind of thing. So it does make sense that something like this would happen, but the ending is just like a cliche, like, oh yeah, Natsu disappeared. Agnolia's not gone for sure yet. There's a crack in the sky, and that's the end of the chapter. But yeah, I don't know how I feel about it. Like I said, it's not the best chapter. It's kind of just like a chapter, but maybe next chapter will be a lot better from here on out. I don't know. Just gotta wait and see. So yeah, I'm gonna end this little section here. We're gonna have a little cut and get on to the next chapter portion of the review. So in 3, 2, 1. And here we are at the chapter 539 portion of the review. And I gotta say, this chapter, honestly, like, if this was like way before, I'd be pretty damn hyped up. But it's kind of, honestly, it's hard to be hyped up for this anymore. Like, it's probably gonna end in, like, for me, like, after everything that's happened, you kind of assume that it's gonna end in some stupid way. Like, this fight, it looks like it may be pretty damn cool and everything. I'm not gonna lie, I am kind of excited, because it looks like it would be like all the, you know, Dragon Slayers going up against Agnolia. That would be pretty cool to see, you know. Hopefully it doesn't end with like all of a sudden the rest of Fairy Tail getting in there and like the power of friendship overcomes everything, and that's how they somehow win. I'm hoping it's some just crazy ass action between Agnolia and the Dragon Slayers. That would honestly be pretty cool. It's a possibility, definitely low, obviously, because of how it's been already. It's possible that somehow these last few chapters, this battle with Agnolia, maybe it's somehow, you know, Fairy Tail redeems itself and it ends really well too. Maybe, you know, that's all I gotta say. Maybe it's possible. It's a small possibility, honestly. Don't get your hopes up too much. but at least have a little bit of hope that this may actually be good. You never know, honestly. With Fairy Tail, you really honestly never know. It may be something super cool and crazy, or it may end up just them being like the power of friendship, and then somehow Agnolia just gets defeated like friendship, and he dies, and that was pretty much over, and everyone's like, hey, happy ending. And like I said before, I'm okay with happy endings. Even though the way it got here, I'm still pissed. As long as at least a happy ending, it won't be completely horrible, at least, you know. If it's a shitty ending, I don't know what I'm gonna do, honestly, you know. But yeah, this chapter, it's not really much to talk about. It literally was like, somehow, to, you know, no one's surprised, actually. What am I even talking about? Somehow. To no one's surprise, yeah, Agnolia broke out of his prison, and he pretty much, what happened is he consumed time itself. And while normally you would think, how the hell is that possible with Fairy Tail, and with how like Natsu and everyone has been able to just swallow up the craziest shit already, it's kind of not surprised that Agnolia would be able to swallow time itself, honestly. So yeah, he's able to do that. Everyone's like, oh no, it's over, watch out. Urza at first is like, no, I'm not gonna give up. And I'm right at that point, I was like, oh no, is this gonna be some bullcrap friendship stuff? You know, usually that's how Urza's fight ends up going. Like, I love Urza, okay? She's beautiful, she's strong, I love her power, but the way they always show her battles and everything, how it ends up ending, it's because like literally the power of friendship. She's able to fight because of Fairy Tail, and that's how she ends up winning a lot of her fights, when it seems like that's not possible, just like that stupid meteor part before. Like literally that part, literally just like, I was like, no, done at this point, until of course I came back, because obviously Fairy Tail was ending. I just kind of wanted to finish off with it, you know. But then of course after that, it's actually Agnolia swallows up all the Dragon Slayers, and the end of the chapter, which like I said before, looks cool because it is the ending page was Natsu versus Agnolia. I am kind of like a little excited for that. I'm a little hesitant on the excitement, but it's excitement nonetheless. We'll just have to wait and see how the next chapter will be. Obviously, I'm going to be reading it next already, so luckily I don't have to wait a week for that. So hopefully it does, you know, measure up to at least a little bit of some good standards. I don't know, we just gotta wait and see for that one. But yeah, that's all I gotta say for this portion of the review. We'll get on another cut and get on to the last one, which will be the chapter 40 portion of the review. So in 3, 2, 1. And here we are at the chapter 540 portion of the review. And I gotta say, honestly, this chapter does give me some hope that it may be pretty damn awesome now that that last page, honestly, like I said before in the last chapter, I'm still kind of hesitant on my excitement, because you know how infamous the way everything has been going so far. But honestly, this is the moment, this is the one moment that it, you know, Fairy Tail may redeem itself, honestly. Maybe not completely, but it may end up redeeming itself by having some epic battle and a really good conclusion. That's honestly all we can hope for at this point. It may be like, you know, just useless hope at this moment, but who the hell knows, honestly. It may literally just become one of the craziest action scenes ever, because we have all the Dragon Slayers going up against Agnolia. And honestly, it does sound like a pretty cool thing, you know, all of them against Agnolia. This is what they're pretty much born for and everything. They're made for, to become Dragon Slayers, to defeat Agnolia. And the last time we saw all the Dragon Slayers go against their dragons, it didn't look like they were really able to, you know, take them on. It looked like at first they were strong, but it looked like after it was kind of slowly losing and not really going in their favor. The dragons were, in the end, were still too strong, and none of them could be defeated. It was only because of obviously destroying the gi and everything. That's why all of them ended up disappearing, and that was literally practically the only reason why they won against those dragons. So this, of course, will be the final big test. Will they finally live up to their name, Dragon Slayers, and be able to defeat Agnolia? Because that's the big question here. Agnolia, so powerful he can swallow time itself, guys. But of course, because of that power, he ends up splitting himself into two: his spirit form, which is of course with the rest of the Dragon Slayers, and his rampant physical form that is heading towards Magnolia, where the rest of everyone else there is ready to defend against it. And of course, oh, also guess what, Ichiya and Anna, yeah, they didn't die yet. They're back. As always, everyone's still pretty much alive. No one's dead yet, obviously, and probably not going to die, honestly. But yeah, everyone is in Magnolia. The battle with the physical body, I'm less excited for. I'm pretty sure it's going to be some bull crap, you know, like the power of friendship, Nakama, family, you know, and you're going to see like Urza at the front of the charge kind of thing, and they somehow defeat Agnolia's physical body when they literally shouldn't. Or maybe it's like they're going to start to lose. They're losing at first, and then somehow, you know, because of the Dragon Slayers, they're able to defeat the spirit form of him. Maybe then it'll weaken the physical form, or vice versa. One of those ways. I'm not fully sure on how that's going to end up going, but I won't lie, I'll be honest here, I am kind of excited to see how the next chapter will be. The next chapters will really tell us, will Fairy Tail be able to redeem itself at least a little bit in the end of everything and have a good conclusion, or will it just go completely downhill and even the ending will not save it? Don't know, just gotta wait for next week's chapter, but honestly, I gotta say this is probably one of my favorite chapters in a while at least, and that's saying something considering how bad a lot of the chapters have been. Like I said before, not last chapter, but the chapter before that, or was it 3 chapters ago? I forget. The one where finally we saw Zeref and, you know, Zeref die and everything. I love that chapter until the point where Makarov ended up coming alive. You know, that just ruined it, and then it was kind of like, oh my gosh, you know, it's probably just going to be stupid the rest of the way. But luckily, right here, it does look like it may be pretty damn good, and I honestly am excited for it. So, just gotta wait and see for that. But yeah, that's all I really gotta say, guys. Hope you enjoyed this triple chapter review. If you have any questions on any of the chapters, feel free to comment below. If there's anything I missed and you want to talk about from any of the chapters, feel free to comment below as well. And if you did enjoy it, leave a like. If you haven't already, feel free to subscribe for more content. And as always, guys, I want to hear your guys' thoughts. Or do you feel the same way as I do? Or do you still just feel like, yeah, I'm just watching it just to see it finish. It doesn't even matter at this point. It's probably going to be bad. If you feel like that, hey, I don't blame you, honestly. I really don't blame you. But yeah, just feel free to comment below. Either way, good, bad, whatever you guys want to talk about. I'm always down to hear your guys' thoughts on how you felt about these chapters as well. So yeah, that's all I got to say, guys. So until next time, see ya.